The habit loop. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to actually create a new or change an existing habit. And it's something I've covered numerous times in videos in the group, and there's actually a section on the Learn tab that covers this. So I'm not going to waste a whole week going through it again. I'm just going to go through it briefly now, enough for you to actually do something with it, but you can then go and check on the Learn tab if you'd like a bit more in-depth detail about this. Because what normally happens when we try to change a habit is we, as I've alluded to earlier this week, just try harder. We try just to do it. We tell ourselves, I know what I need to do, I just need to do it. And we hope that this is the time that our willpower will force us to do that thing that we don't particularly want to do deep down enough times until it becomes a habit. Whether that takes 4 weeks, 6 months, whatever we think it might take, we hope that we're just this time going to do it enough times until it becomes super easy. And again, that's going to go the same way as it went the last however many times. The habit loop is a process that our brain and we go through with everything we do, but particularly things that we do habitually. And by making some changes to some or all aspects of that loop, it's way more likely for something to change. The loop is cue, craving, response, reward. Cue is the thing that kind of indicates to us that maybe we should do this thing at that point. It's that it's a certain time of day, we feel a certain way, something else has just happened. There's something that creates in our brain a train of thought that then leads to us doing something. Craving is the desire to do it, whether we want to do it or not, and how strong that feeling is. Response is the thing, it's the workout, it's the eating a certain thing, it's the doing the work, it's the whatever it may be. And reward is the benefit that we receive from doing that. And we can change some or all of those aspects for the thing that we're wanting to do less of or stop, or the thing we're wanting to do more of. For the cue, we want to make it either more or less visible. If we just forget to do the thing that we wanted to make a habit of, we weren't really setting ourselves up for creating a habit of it. We can indicate that it's clearly at this particular situation, it's at this time of the day or the week, it's when we feel a certain way, it's straight after some other thing that we do. There's a clearly defined, when X happens, I will Y, rather than just, I'll do it at some point. We can make that cue more hidden for the thing we want to do less of. We can stop having that food in our fridge so it doesn't remind us when we open it. We can try and do something to make sure we don't feel that way as much. We can change something else about the way that we run our lives or do some part of our day to make it so we're less likely to create that chain of thought in the first place. We can make the craving more or less desirable. We can make it so we want to do it more or want to do it less. As I often mention in these videos, when they first put images of tar blackened lungs on cigarettes, that massively reduced the sale of them. Because at that point, when the craving was highest, people would look at the cigarettes and it, in many cases, just took enough of the edge off to make it so they didn't do anything with them. Can we do a potential equivalent? Make the thing we want to do less desirable. Maybe we stack the downsides of doing it and remind ourselves of that point, or we make it more difficult in some way, but in some way we're less interested in doing it. Well, how can we make it more desirable? How can we make the thing we want to do more fun, more interesting? Can we do it alongside something else that we enjoy more? How can we make the response harder or easier? How can we make it as easy as humanly possible for us to do that thing, the different eating, the exercise, whatever it may be? Can we have workout gear already in the boot every single day so that whatever happens, it's there? Can we book our sessions in advance and put them in our diary and protect them in the same way we would do a meeting at work? Or how can we make the thing harder to do? Maybe, again, don't have it in the house. We can still go out and fetch it, but it's just that little bit harder to do. And how can we make the reward more or less beneficial? How can we make it so that we value what's happened more or less? That's a very brief summary of the habit loop. Again, if you want to go in a bit more detail of it, go and check the Learn tab. There's a section called Habit Loop on there. But again, I know most people won't do anything with this. They'll just go, yeah, I know what I need to do, I just need to do it. And that again will go the same way as it did last time. Look to change some or all aspects of the habit loop of cue, craving, response, and reward. And I can guarantee that the thing you want to stop or do less of, or the thing you want to do more of and make habitual, is way more likely to happen.